What's going on, Bang Bang? Yeah, people think the skies are blue, but they're not. I've got this camera mounted on this tripod wrong. I don't have any memory to do a video. I was going to tell my Bobcat story today, but I can't see the dead chat. I got this thing set up wrong. Nope, don't turn it off. What does that say? I should have got my glasses again. The sky, I cannot read the first part, but hello. See Bang Bang there. I cannot see. I'm gonna have to get out of this daggum sun then. Let me find some shade and point somewhere. But I put this thing on a tripod today. I just kick back. Enjoy the wind, man. It's like 70 something degrees. Man, I had a crazy day. I went to the laundromat, right? I don't know what happened, but I got to talk to some lady, and I guess she was like religious, like, but you know, like I don't know how to explain it. She was like me, not, there's a creator and all that, but anyhow, I kind of helped her understand, because this is how I see it. You know how they talk about holograms and all that stuff? It's not really holograms. It's these indies up here in the sky that are doing it, but they're acting like man's doing it. And I was like, I was trying to explain all that. We've got this other dimension that's really running the show. Or trying to get here in person. It's crazy. I still can't see the screen. Let me try. Oh, I can't see the screen, man. Something to move to outside. Who got? I can see Bang Mukbang, but I can't. My eyes will not meet up. Might be because I tested a little bit of this octane booster here. Yeah, just a little bit. A shot a day, keep the daggone corona away. I see something, looks like PLS. Is that? Oh, people's last stand. I see you now. Man, I couldn't read the blue. Yeah, I'm just chilling out, y'all. Chilling out. Oh, I got a watcher. She's going way up there somewhere. She's unrolled in the sand. The sand's got a lot of quartz and stuff in it. Those are sumacs, all that stuff hanging down right there. Yeah, I thought I'd be able to read the chat better, but I can't. I got this tripod too low, I guess. Let me see if I can raise it up. That's all I got on those. Alright. Alright, but anyhow, man, yeah, I met this lady up there at the laundromat, and we got to talking. Man, I got to talking so much. It seemed like I only spent 15 minutes at that laundromat. But I was letting her, she's in the understanding like I am and stuff. But I mean, I don't know how to explain it. But what she said was, it's gonna get to a point where we're just gonna have to put a backpack on our back and eat bark and leaves and whatever we can find, because we're gonna have to hide from them. And I was like, man, have you been watching my videos? That's what I've been telling people back before I ran into what's in the sky now. But I was like, look, people, if you want to preserve who you are, you're fixing to have to learn how to just live in the wild. You ain't going to be bringing nothing with you but the clothes on your back, probably. I mean, it's going to get down to, I mean, You're just gonna have to hide, survive. And I hate it, but that's what we're coming to, y'all. You know what? I think my screen is all cracked over here because it's messing up the words. I apologize, y'all. I cannot see. Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. I mean, it was just like, all right, y'all know kind of how I'm thinking, right? Well, I explained to her the neutrinos, and then I explained to her that what I'm seeing in the sky looks just like the pictures that they're saying are neutrinos. And then I went one step further that I haven't done on here, but they got this experimental sauce that they're putting in some Kool-Aid and getting everybody to drink. Well, if you let that stuff crystallize, it looks just like those neutrinos and that stuff up in the sky. Same character, same skull-like looking, just everything's the same in that Kool-Aid as it is in the sky and as it is in the neutrino research facility. I mean, that ain't coincidence. What's up there, it wants your soul. It can make you famous. You can be a singer. You can be a comedian. You can be a movie star. Be whatever you want. Why do you think all these... Look at the artwork on some of these album covers. It's the exact same stuff that's up in the sky. It's crazy. Crazy. Am I losing my mind? No. I've lost it. I can't lose something I don't have. No, I apologize. I cannot see names up in here. I saw some clouds starting to form up. I don't have any video, so I rushed up here. This is the highest point of my property. And the clouds disappeared. But I still have no way of editing right now. I can't get rid of enough stuff. I don't have enough memory. It's crazy. But yeah, I was surprised. And then I stopped by this guy. His name's Bobcat. He's an old dude. We used to ride motorized bicycles together. And man, the law in town messed with him so bad, they gave him a ticket for being on a tractor. I'm like, farm equipment's exempt from traffic laws. Farm equipment has priority just like a railroad. But they got him on paper and stuff for driving a tractor. So what he's going to try to do now is get a mule and ride a mule into town. And I told him, I go, well, do you realize the old laws they had in place for horses and mules is still in place? Because I can't remember, I think it's Pennsylvania. There is a law still on the books that if a woman is driving a car, there must be a man like 10, 20 foot in front. I can't remember. It was, but anyhow, they're supposed to be in front of this car the lady is driving, swinging a lantern and shouting, "We have a woman driver here." It's a law in one of our states. I'm like, it's for real. So I told him, be careful, you're on that mule, they might get you. You know, you have to have a saddle in town. There's no telling. Yeah. So I rode him. Anyhow, he needed a ride. He can't drive anywhere, so I took him up and paid his water bill and tobacco store, and then we went to the convenience store, got him a couple pops. And then I hung out and talked to him a little bit after I got him back to his house. And one of these days, we're fixing to hop in a John boat and get down in that daggum Porkett Deer bottoms and Porkett Deer River bottoms there and catch us some fish. He's a cool old dude, man. He's a black dude. But see, I don't see color. I do in the sky. I take away the color they're using to hide with. Mappers up there in the sky. I don't know, man. I try to be quiet about it. That's the problem. If I had somebody I could talk to on camera about it, man, we'd figure some stuff out. But I find it hard to do it when I'm by myself because I'm just kind of, I don't know. Not that I'm trying to hide or hold information. I'm just scared to say what I think is really going on. Yeah. Plus, I need to document my whereabouts and what I've been doing all day. Because I'm on camera. Oh, yeah, I forgot I had to take him to the bank first. So I'm on camera there. Then I had to take him. I didn't have to. You know what I mean? He needed to go. Then we went and paid the water. I was on camera there. I was on camera in that store. So I got alibis. Because them people that I was working for, they're crazy. But yeah, I don't know if anybody's been chatting. I've just been sitting here. Man, I can't read that. I think my screen's broke down there. And it's making the words look like a jigsaw puzzle laying there needing put together. That gum. There's nothing going on in the sky right now, y'all. We just kind of trotting around in the woods somewhere behind me. I'm back up in there. All downhill from here. The Living Stone, how you doing? I can see now I got this thing turned. Now I think on this camera, if it was green, it was a daggum sun flare up there. But I have seen two suns in the sky together with my naked eyes. I mean, and the sun is as bright as it is right now, so I use welding lenses. And people are trying to tell me, oh, that's because you're shooting through welding lenses. Well, how come I had two light sources and two different flares? You know. So anyhow, I had to wait for the sun set, and it got dim enough that I could see both of them. And I took a picture of them with nothing obstructing. No. I'll make sure I don't have glass between my camera and what I'm taking a picture of, because it can distort. Up here's where that thing screamed at me during the live stream. You know what? You see that shadow right there? That looks just like that shadow that was when I was in the woods yesterday. I noticed, I looked at the replay, and there was a shadow on a tree looked kind of like that did not move when I walked past it. But I did not see it while it was happening. Oh yeah, the sun ain't what it used to be. The sun used to be like, the sun had, let me think. I think in the wintertime it was in the red spectrum, in the summertime it was in the bluish spectrum, but it was always yellow looking or red, it didn't. But now it's ultraviolet. I'm telling you, man, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at footage I get, and then I'm finding out, it's like I'm doing reverse knowledge. It's like I'm getting these pictures and I'm looking at them. I'm like, why do I keep running into this blue man? One time he's in a boat. One time he's sitting there holding a cube on the end of his finger and got like a black mask to this. I don't know. It's just weird. Then I get him another time. It's a blue dragon that's spraying that gum, stuff all over the sun and the clouds. And then the blue dragon turns into the blue man holding a hose spraying everything. And anyhow, come to find out, it's called the blue beetle or scatter beetle, something like. But anyhow, it's an Indian sun god, and it paints the sky. I'm like, that's crazy. But I keep, and then it's like I find it, and then I learn what it is. Well, that's kind of weird. If I found it and then learned what it was, because I didn't know what it was about, and then come to find out it's an ancient god from India, well, there must be something to it. This stuff must be happening for centuries and centuries, and dynasties. I mean, look at the dragons. They're in Japan and China, all of them. It's all about the dragons. It's crazy. I don't know. All I know is I lost my bag of marbles a long time ago. Now I can't see. I'm going to have to turn this thing this way so I can read the screen. I don't know where that daggum dog went. Let's see what's on the other side of it. Man, it's hard to... Man, I can see better with my eyes than I can this camera. Climate change, yes, climate change ain't real, y'all. They're terraforming, and it ain't the humans here. Well, the humans are helping, but there's a blending going on, or a manifestation going on. It's hard to explain it for people to understand it. But yeah, climate change. There is a climate change, but it's being done on purpose. You know. Super Day 44, what's going on? Yeah, I was just saying there is a climate change, but it's actually terraforming, and terraforming causes a climate change. So they can say, no, there's no such thing as climate change, or there is climate change, however it goes. And in reality, it is climate change because they are changing it on purpose. But they're making it look like, well, they're saying mankind's doing it, but they're blaming it on pollutions. Well, if you consider what they're putting out and what this stuff up there is helping put out, it is pollution. I gotta bend this back down where I can read the chat. That's what it is. The light, man. See, the play of light does a lot. And that's what they use up here in our skies, man. They play with the light like crazy. And that video I put up the other day talking about Japan need your help, I actually found that there's a cratered orb or Planet X, Nibiru, whatever you want to call it. But you can see it rotating across behind the clouds after I enhanced it a little more. And then I got to looking, well, there's an exact smaller image of it below it, rolling with it. I'm like, what in the world? And then I got to looking some more, and I'm like, there's a little bitty black orb, dark, I mean, it's small, and it was moving with the other two things I found. And when it went in front of the sun, that's when the halo showed up. You can see the shadow roll, the shadow turns into a stationary halo. And I've been trying to edit that, and man, I'm telling you, the AI is part of the problem. We're fighting the AI. And anyhow, it started messing with my phone, started messing with my daggum KineMaster editing app, and I'm like, man, I can't. I about lost the image. I'm having to start over, and it's giving me a hard time finding what I found. Oh yeah, man, that girl at the laundromat talked about the Hydra. She's on top of it. And look, we did not realize, this is what was crazy. When we got done, she was done, got her clothes all folded and in the car. She walked back in. She'd forgotten one basket, or one dryer had some more in it or whatever. And we got quiet about it, right? Well, this one dude that'd been in there the whole time, man. All right, when I first pulled up, the guy called me sir. I'm like, dude, me and you the same age. I said, don't call me sir, please. He goes, well, sir, I goes, I said, hey, please don't call me sir. I said, me and you are in the same age bracket. He goes, well, I was just raised that way. And I go, well, I understand that. I was too. But I was taught to respect my elders. Me and you are the same age. He goes, I understand that, sir. I go, please stop calling me sir. So after me and that girl got through talking, that guy'd been in there the whole time, right? He heard everything we're talking about. He stood up and he goes, well, I've had all three and the B. I didn't know what to say. And that girl said, I'm sorry. Was it because of work? And he's like, yeah, I work for the government. And it was mandatory. And I wanted to keep my job. And I'm like, man. Because we were already talking about it was the mark and everything else. You know what I mean? So, anyhow, I walked back outside because my clothes are still drying, right? I was sitting out in the truck and I found old salty cracker on. And I started listening to it. And I was like, you know what? My clothes are probably dry. And I just get feelings like that. And I can walk in as soon as I get to like the dryer or the washer machine, depending on. But it'll stop as soon as I get there because I know it's about to. And I'm not timing anything. I'm not looking at clocks. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going by feel. So I walk in there and my dryer stops, by the time I get to it. And I had salty cracker going. And that dude that said he already took the 3 and the B, oh man, he was standing right beside me. I got salty cracker going, and if anybody ain't ever heard of him, he's blasting these people that's pushing that Kool-Aid. But I didn't intentionally do that. But yeah. Oh man, did I find a diamond? I found a diamond up here one time that got stolen. I think I'm gonna do a live video on my big old meteorite one day. Or if I can get some video going. I'm trying to see who all's in here. Oh man. Alright, bang bang. This wasn't a real important live stream, but you know. Yeah, I had more one of them face diapers yet either. I don't believe in that stuff, man. Those things don't even work when you're sanding Bondo dust. How's it gonna work on something smaller? I cannot. So I gotta turn this down. I ain't lying, man. The light is messing with me. Monica, how you doing? Yeah, that's sad. They sat there, I mean, I'm gonna shut up, but y'all nurses were front line, and nobody knew anything about the reality of what was going on, but y'all were there, and now they're sitting there kicking you out because you don't trust, Hey, I don't understand how my body, my choice works for killing babies, but it don't work for protecting your own body, because that tennis player, I gotta give it to him, except for, I don't know if he said it, but the news show said he said it. But he said he might consider doing it, but he said for right now, it's his body and he knows how it functions, and he doesn't want anything messing with it. And that's how I am. My body, man, I can go 2 days, 3 days. I don't even think about eating. Don't even bother me not to eat. Because we were taught 3 meals a day. Yeah, it ain't nothing like that. Nothing. I should have got my glasses, y'all. I still haven't messed with Tough, y'all. I just got home. I've been in town. But yeah, I'm done with all this daggum distractions they're putting up. Look, even the sky's distracting. I'm sitting there looking at those mirror panels going by and hiding the sundog, and at the same time, there's three other objects in the sky going by. Two of them are big, and one of them's the actual thing. And I mean, looking at that, it looks like you're looking at the ocean. I mean, it is weird. And another thing, my eyes, when I'm looking up at this stuff, it looks like I'm looking at it from above. I can't figure that out. It's like when the portal thing opened in Jackson. It looked like I was looking down at it, but it was in the sky. And what's even crazier, I took a screenshot of it, and then I had like deja vu of having a screenshot of that from years ago. And I'm like, how is that possible? How can I? I mean, I can see the image clear as day in my mind. And I remember it was years ago, and it's in one of my phones, and I'm scared to look for it. I can't see. I might have to move this thing. Yeah, carbon dioxide, it just depends. Red cloud. Yep, yep, living stone. So is the AI. The AI is the enemy of us. The AI is look, the AI is where they're getting their gifts from. I mean, the singers and the movie stars and stuff, they still go to the crossroads. But these scientists, they're going to that daggum D-Wave quantum computer. What do you think made up the formula for this Kool-Aid that they're sticking in their body? The AI. Why do you think they're saying the daggum, what's it called? I saw something anyhow, they're saying it's about to become aware that it's alive. Now hang on, why are you saying it's about to become aware that it's alive? Are you admitting it's alive? And number two, it already knows it's alive because life is life regardless of what it is. And the AI is alive in its own digital way. And the devil is using that. Put it to you this way, God's matrix is a living matrix. The devil's matrix is a digital matrix. Does that make sense? It does to me. It makes real good sense if I don't think about it. It is windy as crap around here today. Who we got? Misty World. I can't see y'all. Misty World, is that right? Hey, how you doing? But yeah. Oh man, look, people, I don't know how to explain it. Like I explained to that lady inside that laundromat, I said, look, I'm old enough to remember when men were supposed to be walking on the moon while I was looking at them on TV and being able to look up at the moon and see the moon while they're walking on TV live. I was alive then. And that's what made me curious about everything. To be 3 years old. I mean, look nowadays. Look at 3-year-olds nowadays. You throw a cell phone in their hand, see what happens. You see what I'm saying? So how is me looking at the moon landing that probably never, I mean, unless the stage was named Moon, yeah. But other than that, no. But they could have made a deal with them things up there in the sky, and they gave them a virtual ride to the moon and let them run around and dune buggy on the moon in a virtual digital reality that's provided by the devil. Maybe they do have video footage, but none of it's real because it's from the worldly side. You see, it's from the physical side. All the rewards are on that spiritual side. And I don't know how to explain that to people. But I know it. I just hate that I know it. Because I need to get the message out, and I don't know how. Here, I can't read that up there. Who's this? May Smith? How you doing? I can't hardly see out here, man. My eyes. Nurse Care Bear. I'm sorry. How you doing? But yeah, I just trying to take a time out, but I, I don't really take a time out. I like being outside, but I don't like looking at the sky. And the way it works for me, I don't have to be out here looking at the sky. I can be indoors and something says go outside, you know. Oh, I gotta turn this way so I can read. Okay, who is this? I cannot read. The screen is cracked down there. Man, my eyes. Hey, girl. Judy? Yeah. I mean, daggum. There is a daggum song that I posted on the, I think I put it in a post. I can't remember. But, the dude's sound system, or his video where he was doing it at, was set up just like what I saw in these clouds, where it's got like this cross was in the front and then it came back to his microphone. Well, that's kind of how these things are in the clouds. What's her name? Something Dawn up in Canada. She recorded that on her upload she just put out, and I was like, man, that's the same exact everything that I've been catching and what I've seen other people catch. It's just looking at it after it's passed. If you ever see the head of it, that's when you see like the head dressed Indian, Egyptian, whatever, with all the head dressings, and it's got the wheel with spokes and wheels and eyes within eyes, kind of looking spectacle on. Yeah. And then it's got like the soldier on the right, and then it's got the T-shield on the left. And it's a big, long, narrow ship. It's like a snake, I guess, but it's straight. And that thing will go from horizon to horizon. It's not about, a half-mile wide. It's crazy, though. Daggone, this thing must have been stuck. You tell G. Willie. I got his phone number. I've sent him all sorts of daggone pictures, and he's never said anything. I mean, I'm showing him stuff that he thinks what he's seeing. I mean, I got it on my channel, but man, I got stuff in such detail that it's crazy. I mean, it don't freak me out. It don't scare me. There's nothing we can do about any of it anyhow. I mean, I remember the first time I saw that sun beside the sunrise. It was during a sunrise. It was 2012. And I saw it. It took me 9 months of getting up every morning before the sunrise to get out there. And it'd either be raining, overcast, or they were spraying the crap out of the skies, right? And one day, they didn't start spraying soon enough or something. And they didn't. And anyhow, I saw it, man. It was rising with the sun, and it was a little speck. And I've watched that little speck get bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I think is, and this is the whole thing, the real sun ain't the real sun. It ain't like it's out in space, but you can imagine it that way, and the equation still works. Or you can see it the new way, because I ain't saying we're in a dome, but man, from where I sit and the videos I've been taking, it sure looks like there's some sort of projection dome over me. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm stuck in one of them dragon ships with the chrome dome thing on it. If that made any sense. Oh, did you, Mary? Uh, you ought to post them. Yeah, red clouds. They used to do all sorts of crazy. But I don't have birds anymore. No birds around here hardly. And I got seed out. I'm talking about bird seed, all sorts. You know, it's got peanuts. It's for blue jays all the way down to sparrows. It's got that little bitty stuff. Now my screen ain't scrolling. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, nothing's right anymore. Oh, that's another thing. I said that woman had her son there, right? And he was talking about, hey, I saw a video on skinwalkers. And then I go, oh, click. I go, well, let me go in here. I go, hang on, let's go. I need to tell you. I didn't want to tell. I was outside. She was inside finishing up her load or something. Anyhow, I went in. I go, your son said something about skinwalkers. I said, let me tell you this. And I told her about the thing I chased up my driveway. I said, I've never researched skinwalkers. But I told my neighbor what happened, just like I told you. And he said that was a skinwalker. So I Googled skinwalkers, and yeah, it was. You know, and I'm like, I never researched it, never really paid any attention to it. But when I did, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing stuff, and then I'm researching and find out what it is. It ain't like I'm looking for it. Oh, where's the skinwalkers? Where's the skin? Man, I was doing a live stream. The dog started barking. I went outside to investigate, and daggum, I thought it was a dog at first, and I was going to chase it off. I had a 20,000 watt LED spotlight on it. I was 10 foot behind it, running behind it. It wasn't a dog. It wasn't a deer. I don't know what it was. It was the size of a deer in the shape of like a greyhound, but the back legs were bending backwards than a dog would. And it didn't have any ears, and it just had black sockets for eyes. And that thing, it made up some distance, and when it went underneath my cable at the end of my driveway, it stopped and turned around and just looked at me and then walked off. So I don't know. I mean, that happened like, I don't know, within a year and a half. I don't know. And then I got them two screams I caught on live stream. Those screams came from right up here on top of this hill. They came from right up here somewhere. Because my shop is right down there. And the screams came from right up there 3 times. I only caught them on film twice. I was doing a live stream. So there's a road up here. I didn't see the cars go by. Well, aliens aren't aliens. I'm telling y'all, everything that we think stuff isn't. It's just dimension figured out a way to get stuff in here. That's why I think they call them cryptics. I think cryptics are physical manifestations of nightmares that these dimensional beings that are coming into our reality are able to physically do on this reality, if that makes any sense. I don't know, it's crazy, I'm telling y'all. It's hard to explain what's going on when it takes everything to explain it. I'm serious, it takes everything you know to explain it, and then you're still only explaining 2% maybe? I don't know. It goes deeper than what I can talk about. I'm just saying, man. I don't know. I tell people I remember the day I was born. I just have a flashback. And the only thing I can figure, I remember somebody holding me. I remember screaming. I remember like dark gray and almost white gray checkerboard ceramic tiling. I remember like stainless steel lamps on long. I mean, like like a hospital would be in the '60s. I have one flash of that, and it's just weird. Yeah, I've seen the will within the will and the eyes and the will's. How is it? The will within is spoked, but it's got. How can I explain? It's hard to explain. It's almost like honeycomb, depending on how far you're from it or how much it's manifest. It looks like spokes, will within a wheel with spokes between, like a hub with spokes coming out of it to the wheel, right? Like a old wagon wheel in a way. But then if you get a better detail of it, there's like round holes. It's like honeycomb in a way, and it's like eyes within eyes. But all those honeycombs got like eyes looking out of it. It's crazy. There's a lot of stuff I don't put up on YouTube because I know the AI knows I got it because they know what's on my camera and in my memory and stuff. But when I start showing this stuff out there, I start having weird stuff happen to me, like getting fired for singing. I mean, come on. How many people you know can get fired for singing and laughing while they're working? I mean, really? I can't keep my cigarette lit. Yeah, the AI is trying to mimic God, and the only way you can is with, you know, the way he's doing it now. LED lights are used to transmit and receive information, so they're basically cameras and screens, or yeah, I guess you call it screens. When they figure out the frequency where they can start messing with the neutrino dimension or the neutrino frequency, however you want to look at it, they'll be able to use LED lighting to sit there instead of just transmit like a movie theater. They'll be able to twist the daggum neutrino reality, or I mean the neutrino frequency, to where when they transmit out of the LED lights, it's a hologram. It's what they're doing in the skies. Everything in the sky is about lighting. I mean, they're using orbs, they're using stuff like crystal balls, but although it's crazy. It's hard to explain all the stuff I've seen. Oh man. Hmm. Well, that got you out of jail. Do what? Is that Jackie? Huh. Yeah, it's just all clear around here for some reason. I mean, it's probably not. I have taken pictures of just plain blue like this, or did videos, and then enhanced it. There's stuff up there that it's layered. It's layered. Even this, I have seen a hell. It was this blue. You see how clear? That's supposed to be clear skies, right? But I seen a helicopter going by, and it disappeared behind the blue and come out from behind the. I'm like, there ain't a cloud there, but it disappeared before my very eyes. I mean, it was only like 800 feet in the air as a military helicopter, but it just kind of went through a blue section that made it disappear and then it come back out. Too bad I didn't have a camera going. I got my foot went to sleep. Oh, that's why I couldn't get. There's a car going over there now. I can't. I gotta get up. I'm sitting kind of Indian style and put my foot to sleep. Too old to be doing that. Do what? He busted me out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Well, that's like I was telling the dude today. I go, man, the reason you bless your food You could have somebody that wants you dead and they put poison in it, but if you bless your food, that poison will not have effect. I go, now you can't sit there and get a bottle of poison and go, hey, I'm fixing to drink this poison, protect me. That's tempting, see. But when you don't know and you bless your food and pray over it, it don't matter how much poison they put in it, it ain't gonna do nothing to you, I promise. Faith. You never knew the food was ever poisoned. Yeah. I usually don't realize it when I'm sitting in my shop and I'll go to get up and I about fall down because I can't feel my foot. Whew, I'm putting on some years now, but I'm still trying, I sit Indian stuff. I don't do yoga and stuff, but I just stay active. I move around, I walk, I do this, I do that. I'm never still. I pick up stuff, the daily, whatever you do during the day. My biggest problem is I can't, well, it ain't that I can't, I won't stop smoking. But I mean, I can still run like I did back when I was in my early 20s. Man, it's really kicking Oh, man. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like when I was doing that live yesterday and I was experimenting with those lens flares, I was trying to figure out if it's my camera lens, because I don't want to be saying the wrong things and it was the way the sun was doing. It's usually peaceful up here. I gotta turn this where I can read. That ain't gonna work. I know it's called this sky check, but I'm in the middle of the woods, so it's like tree check. I can't read my. Yeah. I know there's something going on up there, and I gotta figure out how to get more memory on this phone or capture what I've got on here on another device so I can erase everything. I mean, I erase that Google assistants and everything. I've been erasing apps. It's telling me my phone might not work like it should. Man, you'd think a $700 phone would do a little better than this. And trust me, I didn't know it was $700. He never mentioned it. That's crazy. They got money. They got Candy Crush. I wish I could catch those jets going over when they do it. I saw two of them go head on at each other today. If y'all are talking about chewing gum, y'all talking about stopping cigarettes. The best thing I found, I can put a cigarette in my mouth and not light it, and it'll hang there all day. Yeah, I can't read that. I don't know. So I'm kind of dumb when it comes to that. It seems like I got. I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. I try to put it in files, but it still stays on the phone. It just. I don't know. It's like I can't. There's no option to send it to a cloud. It just wants to put it in a folder. Well, it's the same amount of daggum space, ain't it? I don't know. Yeah, I just figured I'd get up here and. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Cause I remember it was talking about working on Sunday, right? And if your neighbor comes to you because there's oxen, this is what it said. If the oxen was in the ditch, you need to help your fellow man or whatever. I'm just ad-libbing, but you got to help that guy even though it's Sunday, because that oxen could die. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's times you have to work on, what the day of rest. I shouldn't have said Sunday. I should just refer to it as the day of rest. But my Bible even changed, and it says, what did it say? It wasn't oxen. It was, I think it was goat out of the ravine. It was something. It wasn't an oxen anymore. It was a goat in a ravine or something. I'm not sure on the animal, but it didn't say oxen. It said goat. Said something else other than oxen. And then it didn't say ditch. It said ravine. And there's another one where, the lion shall lay with the lamb. But now it says the wolf shall lay with the lamb. I'm like, I know. I've had this one Bible since 1979, and I've read it several times, and I know what it said in there back before Mr. Mandela became in effect. You know what I'm talking about? Look, somebody's throwing a 1941 Bible away, and I saved it out of a dumpster. And this wrong too. Oh, that's another thing. Like, forgive us our trespassers is, they changed it to debtors. Forgive our debts and debtors. That's not how we learned it. And then I saw, what was it? I think it was up there in Canada. They did the Lord's Prayer and they said it. Forgive our trespassers as we have, or however it go. I can't remember the quote now. But the Bible has changed. It says debtors. All that's because of CERN, man. They had their first successful neutrino capture in 1970. Yeah. 1970. They've been working on it. Look, if you think about it, ever since electricity, the world has gone to crap. Think about it. Ever since electricity. All the way up to the 1900s, advancement was slow. But mankind was advancing, but they had steam engines and they had dadgum horses, and that was it. And then next thing you know, here comes an airplane. Here comes a motor, a gasoline motor. Here comes the car. Here comes the motorcycle. Here comes the airplane. Then they're like, okay, here comes the electric wires for your lights in your house. Here comes the old crank telephone. Get rid of the telegraph, you know what I mean? And then it's just gone to where we're at now. I am live streaming all over the world if anybody watches. I got people in Morocco, Belgium, Germany, just everywhere. I can't remember them all. I wrote the list down, and what I don't get is a list where everybody's from and the percentage of them that's watching me, right? Well, I added up every bit of the countries, and my total watchers is 64%. It shouldn't have been 100%. Because if you're showing me all the countries everybody's watching from, I should have had 100% when I add up like America's. What was it? America was in whatever. I can't remember the name. Oh, was it Canada or the UK? I think the UK was second, and then Canada was third. But you know, it broke down to like 2.4%, 1.1%, 0.9%, 0.3%. Well, I added all those percentages up and it came out 64.2%. So I was just trying to figure out, where's my other, 39% or whatever it was. I can't remember, 38%. Why didn't it show up in my analytics? But I appreciate everybody coming. I'm just trying to show what's going on. I'm trying to read mighty quiet, y'all. But yeah, I need to get G Willie on the panel. Y'all need to start pushing G Willie and John Boy. Hey, y'all get together. Because I ain't scared to. I mean, to be honest with you, I've been kind of isolating myself from everybody in this world and kind of on YouTube. So I haven't been watching anybody that's been saying any of this. I mean, I've watched G Willie here and there over the years. Sometimes but I don't know, YouTube stopped suggesting or something, so you kind of forget. They'll throw something new at you, and then they'll throw something new at you again from that same person or somebody else. And then they'll stop pushing like G Willie, and they'll start pushing these others. And then next thing you know, you're over here paying attention to this, and no notifications for who you normally would watch. I mean, a lot of people I thought had stopped YouTube, and then find out they've been going all along. I'm like, really? But there's YouTube pirates out there, man. They'll use your footage. And I've given them, there's a couple big channels, but I respect Jeff P. I ain't talking about Jeff P. And I'm not talking about Wages World. But there's a couple other channels that, you can give them permission to use your stuff. That's cool, right? Well, they're getting, 24,000 views on your footage, while your actual footage got 110 views. That's all cool. You gave them permission, right? But when they come to your channel and start stealing your videos and using them and getting that many views, oh, we got problems. I don't mind letting people see stuff, but if we already had a framework of asking if you could, or me sending you stuff telling you could, why would you take from took footage, and none of the video said, I do not know where this footage came from, but if you're watching the footage, the weatherman, it says, Jackson, Tennessee. He doesn't know where it came from. Yeah, he did. But that's why he's not on YouTube anymore. He sat there and did so many people wrong that he had to vanish. Started out a good guy. Couldn't keep the persona up. I've been me ever since. This is me. I am me. I don't change. I'm going to tell you like it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to have to turn this camera up there like that. What it is, my screen is all cracked, and the damn sun, or the light, it ain't actually the sun. It's just the light gets in those cracks, and it makes it look like I got my eyes down looking across a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, see, what I've been doing and what I'm gonna keep on doing, and if it's meant for me to run across somebody, then I'll do it. That's like the Gina Marie. The first time I ran across her is when she kind of skimmed over neutrino. Well, I kind of went back and started researching neutrinos, and I'm like, yeah, This is starting to make sense. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see a pattern here. So, I mean, yeah, but I don't, you know, their storyline. See, that's the whole thing, storyline. I don't have a storyline, and I'm not going to push a storyline. I'm just kind of thinking out loud of what I think is going on. What is a narrative? A narrative is a outline goal of what you wish to achieve with a scenario. That's what a narrative is. It's a scenario. It's a play. It's a movie. It's a show. It's a story. It's a lie. All right, bang bang. Yeah, I'm probably fixing to get ready to end this thing. I've been on over an hour now. I just figured I'd get on here and holler at y'all. I'm trying to make videos, but I'm fighting the daggum technology. I try, man. I don't even know how to explain what happened one day when I was trying to leave a comment. I'd push the blue thing to make the comment send, and it would sit there and ask me if I wanted to keep writing or discard. No, I want to keep writing, right? But it had the send thing, everything. It was weird. My letters, my keyboard on the screen was off where it shouldn't be, and I never could get that comment to go. I actually had to shut the phone off and restart it to make everything start working. I don't know what happened to it. But that's what it is. That they're watching you live time when you're commenting to somebody. You got a mirror screen. Everything. I mean, even when your screen's off, the AI's using your screen as a way to look. So whatever reflections, it's like a mirror. They're in the mirror. The things up above us, that dimension uses mirrors and these black screens on these daggum uh, cell phones and laptops and TVs. Now I see why some of these religions didn't believe in radios and TVs and stuff. Yeah, it's all spiritual. That's what it's all about. We're in a fight between good and evil, the living matrix or the digital matrix. Which do you choose? Because the experimental Kool-Aid they want you to drink up, that brings you to the digital side. You are GMO'd. Who's this? I can't read that. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta turn this where I can read. ZG. I'm just gonna say ZG. Oh, I thought you wanted to know what there was. Okay. Neutrino is the actual fabric. Think of it like this: the neutrino is like an energy, but it's a living energy, and that energy, all we know. How can I put this? It's God's energy of creating everything we know, and everything's attached to it. It's everywhere. It's like we're in a lake of it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's everywhere. It's in there. It's just there's nothing you can do about it. It is the, how can I put it? To me, I'm just saying. What I'm trying to say is, it is the reason everything exists due to God. You know, the Creator. And all our atoms collect certain. It's hard to explain. But a neutrino is a particle that is part of this reality, and they've learned how to manipulate it and do stuff that they shouldn't be doing. They're talking about making neutrino batteries and stuff. No, I'm sorry, quantum batteries. See, all this is on a quantum scale, quantum reality. Yeah. Dadgone, this thing been chatting and it ain't moving. Oh yeah. It's smaller than atoms. It's actually how can I explain this? Think of neutrinos as a frequency, right? And all the atoms that make up me, you, the trees, or whatever, we're like the audio that is being carried by that frequency. Does that make any sense? I mean, radio signals work by sending. Oh, how can they're using a frequency, but they're imprinting on that frequency to get the sound to you, right? Well, that's what a neutrino is. A neutrino is like a frequency in which everything we know that exists is attached to. Does that make sense? If there is not a neutrino energy or a neutrino frequency or neutrino dimension or however you want to look at it, none of this that we're seeing in us would ever exist. You see what I'm saying? It's the existence. It's the fabric of existence is what you got. The God particle that they found is a whole. I still can't remember how to pronounce that. The boson thing. Look, I might not know how to do names, but I sure understand what they're saying. But it's hard for me to explain. But yeah, the neutrino dimension is basically the fabric that keeps everything tied together. Instead of like, like fabric, like in a shirt, that's on, how can I put that? It's woven together. It's one thing just woven together to make a complete item, right? But if you didn't have neutrinos, you wouldn't be able to even put that together because I don't know how to explain it. Neutrino makes reality. Neutrino is reality. Neutrino, all right, this is how I'm going to say it. It's in the spiritual realm. And you got your good realm, your bad realm. And I think what we're dealing with here is not the good realm. Because all I see is worldly gods and deities and everything that's worshipped on this world I've been seeing, and that's a physical. And we did not come from the physical, we came from the spiritual. This physical reality exists in another dimension. You know what I'm saying? This physical reality exists in the spiritual dimension. This isn't real. I mean, this isn't where we came from. We were born here, but we existed somewhere else. Because God knew us before we were even in our mother's wombs. And people don't understand that. I mean, that's the key right there. If God knew you before you were born, then you had to be somewhere else other than here, right? So then you're born into this physical world and then you experience it. But there's a few people that can see through see through this. And it's not that it's bad. I enjoy all the wildlife and the trees and the outside and the air blowing and everything. But there's bad that's run amongst on this world, and it's taken over people. People have sold their souls to sit there and be famous, sit there and succeed, to have everything this world can offer. But even when the devil tempted Jesus, he told Jesus, all these kingdoms are his. You know, the devil said, they're mine, and I will give them to you. Think about it. All the kingdoms are the devil's. But he'll give them to you. But when your time's up, they're back to being the devil's, and he'll sell those kingdoms for somebody else's soul. Need somebody to run them big old ships above us. Man, yeah, I love nature. I've saved 3 hummingbirds and I don't know how many possums and I mean different litters of possums over the years and just I've had deer walk up to me and come within an inch of my fingers, and just like the wild cats in the neighborhood, domestic cats that are wild. When I was a kid, we had one. I was the only one that could pet it. Just stuff like that, man. Nature. I mean, I had a screech owl hit me in my face one time. And just crazy stuff. I had a buzzard almost fall on me. He fell out of a tree one night and almost hit me in my head. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't go to doctors because they're not here to help you. They're here to make money. They're here to provide you a treatment, not a cure. Your cure is out here. Your cure is right here on the ground. Your cure is this oak tree right here. Your cures those pine needles and sap over there. Your cures are all around you. Your treatments come from the pharmaceutical. Doctors, I mean, look at their little emblem with the snakes crawling up that cane thing. Come on. When I was a kid, I remember asking, why they got this snake thing? Oh, that shows that you're a doctor. I'm like, okay. So why would a doctor have snakes on a staff thing or whatever, right? And the only thing I figured, a lot of people must have been getting bit by snakes. So that was pretty significant to have a doctor that dealt with snake bites. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, now I see it's venom. Venom, poison. Yeah. But yeah. Well, look, guys, I hate to end it. I appreciate everybody coming in. And like I said, I do live streams. Unless I specifically title it to be, something I'm going to do serious, I'm going to be like chit chat. Unless I do I'd like to do a StreamYard and get somebody on the panel. But I don't ever rehearse anything, and I don't ever, make a script. I just do what I do. That's crazy. Who's that? ZG. Yeah, I hit a deer on a motorcycle doing 65 mile an hour. I went to heaven for 3 seconds. I felt look, it's all about love. Love was everywhere. In me, around me, through me. Everything was love. And what I feel up here in these skies that I'm catching, I don't feel that. and I also got signs of the thing in the gold throne that ain't what it's appearing to be. All right, bang, bang. Look, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, guys. Y'all take it easy. I'm not going to stay safe. I'm just going to tell y'all to keep your eyes open. You know what I mean? All right, Livingstone. I can't hardly see. If I do a live stream on my laptop, the letters are bigger, and I can see a little better. But I'm out here in this kind of daylight. That's another thing that's kind of doing something to the screen. But yeah, guys, let me get on out of here. And I'll talk to y'all later.